Scorpio. Listen carefully. This is not about luck, and this is not for everyone. If you are a Scorpio watching this right now, it means something has already started moving in your financial destiny. Before the end of 2025, 6 specific numbers will quietly cross your path, and missing even one of them could mean missing a major money breakthrough. These numbers won't appear loudly. They'll show up in dates, timing, decisions, and moments you almost ignore. What makes this powerful is when they appear, not how. Stay with me, Scorpio, because once you recognize these numbers, money starts recognizing you. Scorpio, you are not meant to struggle forever. Especially with money, there is a reason you've felt pressure, delay, and uncertainty around finances. It wasn't punishment, it was preparation. As we move closer to the end of 2025, powerful shifts are happening behind the scenes for Scorpio energy. This video is about awareness, timing, and alignment. You're about to learn how 6 specific numbers connect with opportunities, decisions, and financial openings meant for you. This isn't superstition. It's about recognizing patterns that most people overlook. Stay present, Scorpio, because clarity brings power. Why numbers work differently for Scorpio. Scorpio, numbers don't work for you the same way they do for everyone else. You are ruled by deep unseen forces, the kind that operate beneath the surface, quietly shaping outcomes before anyone realizes what's happening. That's why your biggest financial moments often arrive suddenly, after long periods of silence. Numbers act as signals for you. They appear when energy, timing, and readiness align. You may notice the same numbers repeating on dates, clocks, documents, prices, or decisions, especially during moments when you feel unsure or pressured. This is not coincidence. For Scorpio, numbers reflect cycles closing and new doors opening. When you recognize them, you gain clarity. And clarity leads to power. Most people ignore these signs and stay stuck. Scorpio doesn't. You're designed to notice patterns, read between the lines, and act when the moment is right. That's why understanding these numbers before the end of 2025 can completely change how money responds to you. Number 1 and number 2. Money opens through timing. Scorpio, the first 2 numbers connected to your financial breakthrough don't appear by chance. They show up when timing finally meets readiness. Number 1 represents initiation. It appears when you are pushed into a decision you've been delaying. This could be starting something new, accepting responsibility, or choosing yourself instead of waiting for permission. When this number shows up, money responds to bold but calculated action. Hesitation weakens it. Trusting your instinct activates it. Number 2 works differently. It's about alignment, partnership, and patience paying off. This number often appears when support is quietly forming around you, a person, an offer, or an opportunity that requires cooperation instead of control. Scorpio, this can be challenging because you're used to handling things alone, but when number 2 appears repeatedly, it signals that money flows faster when you stop resisting help. These numbers may show up as dates, timestamps, ages, amounts, or even addresses. The key is not to chase them. It's to notice what you're thinking or deciding when they appear. Together, numbers 1 and 2 tell you this: money is no longer blocked. It's waiting for you to move at the right moment, in the right direction, with trust instead of fear. Number 3 and number 4, delayed rewards finally return. Scorpio, numbers 3 and 4 appear when the universe is correcting unfinished business around money. Number 3 is connected to expansion, communication, and visibility. This number often shows up when something you shared in the past, an idea, a skill, a conversation, or even a risk, is ready to come back multiplied. You may notice this number during moments when you're thinking about promoting yourself, speaking up, or finally putting your work in front of others. When number 3 appears, it's a sign that money responds to expression, not silence. The more clearly you communicate your value, the faster opportunities open. Number 4 carries a heavier, more serious energy. It represents structure, stability, and long-term security. This number appears after effort, not before Italiano. Scorpio, This is the number that confirms your patience was not wasted. It often shows up when you're tired, questioning whether the struggle was worth it. That's exactly when number 4 appears to signal that a solid financial foundation is being formed. This can involve contracts, systems, routines, or decisions that don't feel exciting at first but create lasting income. Together, numbers 3 and 4 tell a powerful story. First, you step forward and claim your voice. Then, you lock in stability. These numbers remind you that money doesn't just arrive suddenly. Sometimes it returns, earned, structured, and permanent. If you've been waiting for proof that your effort matters, Scorpio, this is it. Number 5, the risk that changes everything. Scorpio, number 5, enters your life when money requires movement instead of control. This number is tied to change, freedom, and decisions that feel uncomfortable at first. You may notice number 5 during moments of restlessness, when staying where you are feels heavier than taking a risk. That's not impatience. That's intuition pushing you forward. When number 5 appears repeatedly, it's a signal that money wants you to adapt, not stay frozen by fear or over. This number often shows up before a sudden shift, a new direction, an unexpected option, or a chance that doesn't come with guarantees. Scorpio, this can trigger doubt because you prefer certainty. But number 5 reminds you that financial growth sometimes requires trusting the unknown. Playing 2 safe blocks this energy. Movement activates it. You might see this number on travel dates, deadlines, price changes, or moments when you're asked to decide quickly. Pay attention to what you're avoiding. That's where the opportunity hides. Number 5 doesn't reward recklessness. It rewards courage backed by awareness. When you honor this number, money stops feeling stuck and starts flowing in ways you didn't plan, but deeply needed. Number 6, the final door opens before 2025 EM. Scorpio, number 6 is the most powerful number in your financial journey, because it appears when everything finally aligns. This number is not about struggle, hustle, or proving yourself anymore. It represents balance, reward, and money flowing from something that once felt like a burden. When number 6 starts showing up, it means a chapter of sacrifice is closing. You are no longer paying the price. You're collecting the return. Number 6 is deeply connected to responsibility, turning into stability. This could be a role you accepted long ago, a family obligation, a skill you carried quietly, or a situation you stayed in when others would have quit. Scorpio, this number confirms that what drained you is about to support you financially. That's why its timing matters so much. It often appears closer to the end of cycles, especially before the end of 2025. You may notice number 6 during moments of calm, not urgency. That's the clue. Money doesn't arrive in chaos this time. It arrives when you finally feel steady. Pay attention to offers, decisions, or realizations that feel right instead of exciting. Number 6 rewards alignment, not intensity. When you recognize it, Scorpio, you don't chase money anymore. Money chooses you. How to activate these numbers before the end of 2025. Scorpio, activating these numbers is not about forcing outcomes. It's about awareness and timing. The first step is observation. When a number repeats, pause and notice what decision, thought, or emotion is present in that moment. Write it down. Patterns reveal themselves when you slow down enough to see them. Second, stop dismissing small signals. Money shifts often begin quietly, through conversations, invitations, or ideas that don't look powerful at first. Trust what feels aligned, not what feels rushed. Finally, release control over how money should arrive. Scorpio, your strength is transformation. Allow situations to change form. When you act with clarity instead of fear, these numbers activate naturally. An opportunity moves toward you without resistance. Scorpio, if you're watching this, you're already in alignment. This message didn't find you by accident. Pay attention to the numbers crossing your path and trust what they're guiding you toward. If this resonated, comment Scorpio below and stay connected. Subscribe for more messages meant specifically for your journey. Your time is unfolding now.